Okay, guys, good evening once again. So thank you so much for your patience. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, guys, apologies once again. Yeah, so actually today morning I was going through the ServiceNow instance. I created instance, but unfortunately in the trial version, ServiceNow ticketing tool is not appearing. So I have to troubleshoot on that one. So maybe it will take another 1 day maybe. So I will give the, in case if it will work out tomorrow, so then I will give start ServiceNow ticketing tool tomorrow. And one more topic is pending is Wireshark. Wireshark we have to install. That one also most probably tomorrow evening I will explain. And use cases I'll explain Saturday. Okay. So in the today evening class, I think interview questions already provided by, meeting invitation. So we can discuss couple of scenario based questions as well as couple of interview questions also. So based on my experience, based on the other people is collected couple of questions. So first one is SQL injection attack. Already we discussed this one, how the SQL injection attack alert will come, and also how we can do the instant investigation, and what are the different types of log sources are there. Okay, so that is the first question. This one is provided by Azam, and also he provided a couple of other questions as well. So Ajam, what is the second question? Could you please go ahead and ask?
Sure, sir. 1 second. Allow me 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me. Sir, can I share my screen? Is it possible for you?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Could you please allow me the access?
1 second. One second, Ajam. My screen is stuck out. That's why.
Fine, sir. No issues.
I am not able to do because I think I'm co-host. Basha, can you try?
Yes, Ajam can request me. I didn't get you.
Yes, Basha. Please tell me what can I do.
We can try to share. Then I'll get the request.
Let me share. Host disable participants screens sharing. So could you please allow the access so I can do that?
Even for me also showing same thing. 1 second.
Sir, can I do WhatsApp the screenshot which I have taken? It would be
Yes.
like fruitful. So it's better, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Fine, sir. No problem.
I think it is there with me. I will go through that one. That's fine.
Perfect, sir. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Second question is how do you do the onboarding integration process for a new device? So as I said in our classes, so I will repeat once again the question. How do you do the onboarding integration process for a new device? So when you say new device, it's a new log source or new data source. Do you think that always our log source and data sources are constant in the organization? I'm asking you in the organization level, whether log sources or data sources are constant.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, it will not
Based upon
constant.
system to system, it will be changed.
Not about system. So horizontal growth and
Horizontal growth and vertical growth.
yes. horizontal growth and vertical growth. Maybe in 2022, our employee count is 2000, maybe 2023. So it will maybe 2500. Obviously, our application count will be increased. Our events per second count will be increased. Our server counts will be increased and so on. So new device meaning here, new log source or new data source. So what is the question they asked here? How do you do the onboarding integration process of a new device? So that meaning here, whatever new log source or data source, it is identified as a horizontal and vertical growth. How can you integrate those log source? So that is the question here. So coming back here, first of all, we have to identify. So what is the log source type or name? Okay, so whether it is a network device or whether it is a cloud device or whether it is application or whether it is a server or a database or whether it is end user device. So in case if it is end user device, so maybe we have to use a already domain control integration we will use. In case if it is a network device, we have to use the syslog server option to integrate the logs. In case if it is a server, we have to use the collector agent method. In case it is application, then we'll use API token management method or syslog server method. So this is the way how we can integrate the log sources, whatever new device it is identified. So that is the process. Is it clear? First of all, we have to identify the new log source or data source in our organization level as per the employees increasing. So, and also applications are increasing. So whatever new log source or data source identified. So we have different types of log integration methods are there. So which one, this log source newly identified one will fall under which category of the log integration? According to that one, we have to onboard that particular log source or data source to the SIM tool. So when you say onboard, nothing but integration only. Onboarding, nothing but integrating of the newly identified data source or log source to the SIM tool. Is it clear or not? Any doubt in this one?
Clear, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, first of all, I'm repeating once again. First of all, we have to identify the what is the newly added device. So whether it is a endpoint device or network device or server or a database or application or cloud also. Once we are identifying the newly device, newly data source or log source, we know already log integration method. So using that particular log integration method, we have to onboard that particular device to the SIM tool. That is also called as a log integration method. Okay, so that is the answer for the how do you do the onboarding integration process for a new device or new log source. Any doubt in this one?
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. What is DNS? Nothing but domain name system or domain name server. So next one, so that even you know the resolution also, how it will happen. How will you identify if an end user got compromised? If end user is got compromised, in that scenario, so you know already we will use ADR tools and also antivirus tools, DLP tools, HDS, HAPS tools. Even we will use a domain control related authentication and authorization, right? So once we are integrating these log source, we'll create a couple of correlation rules. Based on the correlation rules, whenever any alert will be generated, so we have to gather the IOC and IOA and also asset profiling and user profiling. Based on the analysis, we can say whether end user system is got compromised or not. Okay, so that is about so how end user system will get compromised. Okay, so alert will be
Sir.
generated based on the logs we are integrating. And so
Okay.
whatever alerts will be generated, so then we have to go and we have to identify that it is a true positive or not. It's a true positive, nothing but we have to say that that system is got compromised. Yes, Suprita, please go ahead.
Sir, here we should also explain the manual process now, sir. If it is
Yes, manual
automated.
process also. Yes, that is also correct. Even we can explain manual process also. Like example, if the end user is giving a complaint to corporate IT team or service desk team or help desk team, so if that particular corporate IT or service desk or help desk team, so they said they don't have any issue. Once they will come to us, then based on the task manager, based on the CPU utilization, RAM utilization, bandwidth utilization, we'll identify the respective files and we'll say that system is got compromised or not. Yes, we can explain both in the automated way as well as the manual way.
Okay.
Is it clear, this one? I'm repeating the
Yes,
question
sir.
once again. What is DNS? And the second one is, how will you identify if end user is got compromised? Okay, for that one, I given the answer. Yeah, Hemalata, please.
No,
Hemalata,
sir,
you are
clear,
asking
sir,
some.
అని చెప్పండి.
Okay,
Miss,
okay,
clear అని
fine.
చెప్పండి.
Okay, thank you. So next question is, if any server or system got compromised, what are all the parameters you will check? What actions will you take? What is the complete investigation process? And how will you use the security tools for the investigation? And also blocking purpose. It is nothing but something it is got compromised. So in that scenario, here they provided two options. One is end user system, second one is server. Even I provided same thing, right? If end user system like laptop or MacBook or workstation desktop, containment process is different. And also in the desk server side containment process is different. So we have to explain both the options. Option one as end user system, option two as a server. Okay, so coming back, what are the tools we will use to do the investigation? We will use ADR tools. We will use a firewall. We'll use a proxy. We'll use web application firewall also, because interviewer did not say exactly this incident or this scenario only. He did not specify whether it is a brute force attack. He did not specify whether it is a phishing email attack. He did not specify whether malware category or OS top 10 category. So even we can, that's why we'll say, what are the tools we will use? We'll use every tool to do the analysis. Okay, I'm repeating question once again. If any server or end user system is got compromised, what are the parameters you will check? What are the parameters we will check? We'll go and we will see IOC and IOA, whose system is got compromised, whether the end user system or server, and also what is the attacker IP address. Additionally, what are the parameters we'll validate? What are the tactics and techniques and procedure attack used as per MITRE framework? And also we will see, is there any outbound connections are going to command and control server, payload information. Additionally, even we'll identify the log sources information through which log sources these logs coming to the respective SIM tool and alert tool is generated. And what are the actions you will take care? So actions is depending on attack to attack. Brute force attack action is different. So then malware action is different. Phishing email action is different. Or voice top 10 action is different. So I have to say each and every attack wise, okay, at mitigation. So I think that's all about this one. Coming back, blocking process. So if it is a brute force attack, we have to identify the IP address and we have to block in the firewall. If it is end user system, it's related to malware, we have to block the hash value in the our ADR tool. If it is malicious URL like a phishing email attachment or maybe OS top 10 attack, related attack, in that scenario, we have to block that URL in the our proxy or next generation firewall. If it's a malicious domain, in that scenario, we have to block that particular domain in the DNS server or maybe in the SMTP server. So, or maybe in the email gateway. So that is about blocking. Okay. So that is about third question. Any doubt in this one? So I think it's better someone is sharing the screen. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I will try from my side. Ajam, can you please resend once again?
All right, sir. Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Yeah.
Sir, could you please check once?
Yeah, I'm checking. So I'm sharing my screen, guys. Yeah. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. First one, how can you find out the SQL injection attack and how will you investigate on this one? So yesterday I said, right? So total entire process you have to explain. Second one is how do you do the onboarding of the integration process of the new device? So as I said, we have to identify the first of all, what is the log source or a data source. And so after identifying the log source, we have to go and we have to see which type of log integration method it will support. So then we have to integrate the respective log source, what a newly identified device or data source or log source. So that is the second one. So what is a DNS? So nothing but it is a definition, domain name system or domain name server. And in the third one, second question is how will identify if end user system is got compromised? I said automated way as well as manual way. So fourth one, if any server or system got compromised, what are the parameters you will check? What actions you will take? And what is the complete investigation process? Nothing but it's IR process. So instant life cycle management process we discussed, right? Entire process we have to explain. Preparation, identification, containment, eradication, recovery lessons learned. And how will you use these security tools for the investigation? So scenario to scenario, these tools will also vary. And blocking purpose, nothing but how can you mitigate or eradicate? Okay. So it is not specific to one scenario. Interviewer did not ask. We have to take the couple of scenarios and we have to explain from our side. Is it clear, fourth one? Fourth
Yeah,
one
yes,
is
sir.
clear or not?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Okay, perfect. Next one is the rules or use cases, procedure, or how can you create a new use case? Morning, I was showing one of the document related to cyber and network attacks. So in that one, Exabeam, I explained one of the ransomware attack. So another 4 or 5 we have, example DLP, data loss or data leak prevention use case. So whenever any user is copying some of the data through pen drive, so that is one of the use cases I have shown you morning. And also when the user is uploading large amount of the data in the Google Drive or maybe OneDrive. So that is one of the use case. And also additionally, we have seen VPN authentication failures use cases. And last one is abnormal malicious pattern behavior of the file. So these are all the 5 different types of use cases we have seen. And also I'm creating one more, okay, so document dedicated to IBM QRadar use cases. So I will give 3 to 4 scenarios. So maybe tomorrow afternoon, sorry, tomorrow evening, I'll explain those use cases related to IBM QRadar, dedicated to IBM QRadar. So maybe you can prepare 2 or 3, that is more than sufficient. And you can explain that particular use case in the interview point of view. So entire process I will give. So is it clear or not? It's one of the, so compulsory interview question, guys. Do you know how to create a correlation rule or use case? It's one of the very popular interview question. Okay. So next one is if bulk URLs are identified at a proxy, nothing but so many URLs are identified. How can you identify which one is a suspicious or normal? So once that bulk identified URLs is coming to the proxy, dedicated to proxy, not email. So whatever that alerts we received, what is the action defined by the proxy server? So whether it is a allow or whether it is a block or whether it is a quarantine or whether it is a, so maybe block, allow, alert. So these are all the 4 different types of scenarios we will see. What are bulk URLs we received? So each and every URL status. So in case if it is a block, obviously it is a malicious one. In case if it is allow, in that scenario, it is a legitimate or genuine one. In case if it is giving alert notification, then we have to go and we have to do the analysis in the URL scan or virustotal.com or hybridanalysis.com. Finally, we can conclude that. So these are all malicious. These are not malicious. So first, what is the first step we have to do? What are bulk amount of the URLs it is received in the proxy server? What is the action against each and every URL link? If the action is a block, it's a malicious one. If the action is allowed, it's a clean URL. If the action is a alert one, then we have to do the scanning and we have to identify whether it's a malicious or not. Little bit process is required. That is the way how we can identify whether whatever URLs is received in proxy malicious or suspicious or abnormal. Is it clear?
What is the condition for quarantining of that URL, sir?
Quarantine is not possible in the proxy. Apologies for that one. Only in the EDR, it will provide the quarantine. Quarantine also, it is not like a completely blocking the malicious activity. Okay, so only quarantine is applicable to EDR tools. In the proxy, quarantine is not possible.
Okay, sir.
So any other questions in the 6th one? How can you identify the bulk URLs? So whether it is a malicious or normal. Okay, so next one, any dashboard creation process in SIM tool. So I'm not sure how many people have seen our IBM QRadar tools. So how many people are completed IBM QRadar? 7 to 6 tools are available. So there itself, even I provide investigation as well as correlation rule creation also. If you know, actually, I no need to say once again correlation rule topic. How many people are completed with the honest? You can give the answer. IBM QRadar tools,
Myself,
whatever I
sir.
uploaded.
No, myself, sir.
So 1, 2. So in that one, did you identify so log activity tab how to write a queries? It's everything filter out option only.
Yes, sir. I have identified.
Okay, first, if you want to create a correlation rule, vendor to vendor, it will be vary. So first thing is, if it is IBM QRadar, anyway, our IBM QRadar is a main tool. So dashboard creation, if you want to do dashboard creation, first thing is we have to write a query. So write a query means don't expect in the SQL queries or aerial query database, we have to write. Everything, it's completely like a filter out option. So first we have to go to the log activity tab and we have 2 different types of options. Ajam or Gapur, what are the 2 different types of options we can see under the IBM QRadar log activity tab related to queries?
Customized and pending.
Customized and? Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Already predefined and we need to customize.
No, that is, I'm not asking correlation rules. I'm asking queries. Here, what is the question they asked in the interview? Any dashboard creation process in SIM tool. If you want to create a dashboard, there is no need to write a correlation rule. We have to write a query. In
Yes,
the
sir.
log activity tab, what are the different types of options we have to write a query? Please go and see once again. So there are 2 types of options we have available. One is a basic and second one is advanced. Basic search and advanced search. So there we have to write a query. Query is nothing but example. I want to write a EDR denied activity dashboard. Then I will go to the log activity. So I will give a basic search log source equal to EDR, everything filter out. So then once you are writing a query, then go back to dashboard of the IBM QRadar tool and click on a new dashboard, and whatever query you have written, using that query, you can create a dashboard. So what is the final answer you have to say? First, I will write a query, and later I will go to the dashboard and create a dashboard. That's what you have to say. But don't directly can go and say, I'll go to dashboard and I'll create a query. That's wrong answer. What is the correct answer? First, I will write a query, and after that, I will go to dashboard and I will create a dashboard. This is what you have to say. Is it clear? Okay, that is our dashboard creation. It's L3 level, but even they are expecting for L2 as well. So next one, what is the procedure if a mail contains the file should be downloaded? If downloaded, how can we download it? And how can we investigate? What is the scenario we discussed? What is scenario is this one, 8th one?
Phishing email with malicious attachment.
Excellent. So phishing email with malicious malware attachment. So combination of both phishing email investigation, additionally malware analysis. Is it clear that one, 8th one? So 8th one is what they are expecting from our side. If the phishing email is coming as a attachment, in that scenario, how can you identify and how can you do the instant investigation? So that is the scenario. The scenario already we discussed. So phishing email attachment along with the malware. Okay, so nothing but we have to define the header analysis, IP address validation, and also domain validation along with malware attachment scenario also. I will identify the what type of the file it is received, whether it is received by a single user or multiple users like a spear phishing. And also once we are identifying, so what is the file name of the phishing email attachment, what the file size, and what is file category. Is there any end user employees that downloaded that particular file? So that analysis I will go and I will check in the proxy or maybe in the firewall. So once whoever is downloaded that particular files from the phishing email, then I will go and I will see whether that particular systems got compromised or not. So I will take the file, I will go to the sandboxing environment, I will go to virustotal.com and I will check the reputation of the file and or verdict of the file. If the file contains the malware, then I will conclude that is a true positives and systems are got compromised. So whoever people are clicked on the respective malware attachment, I will delete those files from the all these end users employee machines. I will rerun the antivirus scans, and also I will ask Windows admin team to reset the password. So I will block the hash value. That is 8th one. Is it clear or not? Already we discussed. It's a combination of both phishing email as well as malware attachment. Okay. Any doubt in 8th one?
No, no doubt.
Okay, great. So next one is EDR alerts are not working or do not appear as a security analyst. Okay, do not appear, full stop. Okay. EDR alerts are not working or do not appear as a security analyst. What will you do? That is the question. So in case EDR alerts are not receiving, we have to go and we have to see whether it is integrated in the SIM tool or not. Actually, we have to ask back to the interior in this one, whether 9th one is a clear or not. What did you understand from 9th one? Anyone? This one you can explain the 2 ways. So what are the 2 ways? 9th one answer we can explain the 2 ways. So that's why you have to ask back to the interviewer. So what you did understand about the 9th question? Anyone? EDR alerts are not working or do not appear. As a security analyst, what will you do?
It-
Tool is working, but alerts are not.
Okay. In that scenario, what will you do from your side?
Whether antivirus is sleeping.
No, in this scenario, first of all, alerts meaning here SMTP server integration is integrated or not. That configuration we have to see. That's why I said we have to ask back to the interviewer. This question itself not clear. Whether interviewer is expecting these EDR alerts are not receiving in the either EDR tool itself or email notification or maybe in the SIM tool. Don't
Okay.
expect always interviewer is correct. If you don't understand something, you can ask back to the interviewer. So what exactly mean by whatever he's asking? So for me, it's not clear, basically. EDR alerts are not working or do not appear. So what he wants to try to ask, whether he's expecting EDR alerts are not generating in the dashboard of the EDR tool, or else whether EDR alerts are not receiving via email, or else whether EDR alerts are not receiving the SIM tool. What exactly the question interview is asking? Is it clear now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
if EDR alerts are not coming and appearing in the dashboard is a different answer. If EDR alert notification are not coming as an email, different answer. If EDR alerts are not reflecting in the SIM tool, different answer. So now, right now here itself, you can think, maybe you are giving some of the answer, maybe interviewer asking in some other way. Finally, whatever you will say, it's a wrong. But finally you will think like, okay, whatever I given the answer, it's a correct. That's what you will think basically. Okay. Now, what are those three answers now? First scenario, EDR alerts are not reflecting in the EDR dashboard. Then in that scenario, so what are machine learning capability or detection capability, like a signature based, whether all the policies are configured correctly or not. We have to go and we have to verify. And also each and every end user system, whether antivirus agent is sleeping or active or inactive state. That is the first question answer. If the EDR alerts are not reflecting in the EDR dashboard or antivirus dashboard. So what is the answer we have to give? So whether policies like a threat prevention, host IDS, host IPS, file integrity monitoring, DLP, patch updates, account lockout. So all these policies configured correctly or not. What is the action we have defined in the policies of the respective EDR tool? That is one thing we have to verify. Second thing, what we have to verify. So whatever signature based detection mechanism, machine learning mechanism, whether EDR tool is supporting or not. Third one, each and every end user machine, whether antivirus agent is sleeping or active or inactive. So that's what I will do. That is the first answer. Second answer, if EDR alerts are not coming as an email notification. So what we have to do? So I will log into EDR tool. I will go to admin tab of the EDR tool. Then I will click on the SMTP server option. Then I will specify the SMTP server IP address, SMTP server host name, or email address of the SOC team, soc@tcs.com, soc@wipro.com. Then I will see whether alerts will come or not. That is the second answer. Third answer, in the SIM tool, EDR alerts are not receiving related to malware category of the attacks. What is the answer we have to give? So EDR logs are integrated to SIM tool correctly or not. Whether all the EDR logs reflecting in SIM tool or not. I will go and I will verify either syslog server method or API token management method is correctly configured or not. So, and then I will go and I will see whether all those logs are reflecting in SIM tool or not. And also, additionally, I will go and I will see correlation rules enabled related to malware category of the attacks. So this is the way how we have to explain, even though single question, but three different types of answers we have. That's why we have to ask back. But you will not think all these things logically. That is the problem. Finally, you will say you will blame me. So sir did not teach this particular question or maybe this scenario. You have to understand and you have to ask back to the interviewer in case you are not clear about the what is the question they are expecting from us. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Ninth one is clear or not?
Clear, sir.
Yes. So next one, what are the regular offenses that you see under the Maitri attack? So regular offenses, Maitri attack, what is mean by this one? Offenses are there in the, okay, so in the IBM QRadar, but Maitri attack is a different framework. I think question itself maybe Azam is written wrong. Maybe that as per my opinion, it's under my IBM QRadar. What are the regular offenses we will see under IBM QRadar tool? That is the correct question basically.
Might be, sir. Yeah, please rectify that. Thank you.
Is it IBM QRadar or Maitri?
But as per my sources, they said it's Maitri attack. It might be like IBM QRadar if I'm not wrong.
So actually, if it's a Maitri attack, then we have to say all the 14 tactics. So that is a malicious one, like a data exfiltration, initial access, collection, discovery, privilege escalation, lateral movement, okay, port scanning, all these. So this one, as per my opinion, I think this question may be wrong. Regular offenses or alerts we will see under the IBM QRadar. So what are the different types of alerts we will see? Disabled account login failure attempts are coming. So terminated account login failures are coming. So one of the system or server got compromised. Multiple authentication login failures from short span of time. So one of the phishing email is coming as a malicious URL link. So privilege escalation attack. So worm attack. So these are the regular offenses we will see in the IBM QRadar under the offenses tab. It's entire question. So regularly, what are the different types of alerts you will see? In different way also they will ask. What are the different types of alarms you will see regular day-to-day basis? Okay, that is about 10th one. Okay, so 11th one. Which type of incidents or alerts do you face on daily basis? Same thing I repeated just now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so regularly, as I said, these are all the couple of. So whatever 7 we discussed, those 7. Additionally, disabled account, login failures. Okay, so terminated account login failures, system is got compromised, server is got compromised, worm attack, ransomware attack, SQL injection attack, cross-site scripting attack, multiple authentication failures using VPN, multiple authentication failures using Okta, so many. So even this one, I shared one of the use case document. I'm not sure how many people went through that particular document. HP ArcSight use cases. It's more than 500 use cases are there based on the log source wise. Did you visit that particular document? Whatever I shared I shared long back, more than 2 months back. Did you see the document or not? No.
Seen, sir, not completely.
Use cases document will be there. Okay. Next one, which log integration methods are using? So we discussed about 7 to 8. So one is syslog server method. Second one is the collector agent method, flow collector method, API method, cloud connector method. So MSRPC method. So WMA method. So these are all the different types of log integration methods we will use to integrate the log sources or data sources. Okay. That is about 13th one. 14th one, tell me about a few recently implemented use cases. So almost 5th one and also 14th one are similar. 5th one and 14th. These two are similar. Nothing but what are the new correlation rules you created? What are the new use cases you created? So that one you can prepare 2 or 3 and you can explain those 2 or 3. Okay. So morning already I shared. You can go through that particular document. So next one is how do you check the in any email whether it is a malicious or not? How do you check if any email whether it is a malicious or not? The sentence is wrong. So how do you check if any email is a malicious or not? So first we have to do the domain validation, address validation, the IP and header analyzer. finally we can say whether that particular email is a malicious or not, whether it's a phishing email or not. Okay. Even you have to, if you want to add, you can add this one also. So based on the malicious URL link, based on the malicious attachment of the document. Okay. That is about 15th one. So next one, 16th. You don't have the SIM tool. The system is got compromised. How do you identify it? So what is this one, guys? 16th one.
Manual
process.
Yes,
Manual
manual malware analysis. That's perfect. Yes. Okay, I know these people will expect these type of questions only. Okay. Which company this one, Ajam? Which company interview questions this one?
Sir, I think from HCL.
HCL.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, next one. Logs are not integrating the SIM tool. How do you identify how you resolve the issue? So obviously, first we have to go to the SIM tool and we have to see what are the different types of log sources or logs reflecting. Even health checkup report also we can identify what are the different types of log source logs are integrated. So according to health checkup report, or maybe, so whatever log source logs are coming, we have to identify. Remaining whatever log sources we defined initially and whatever already showing in the SIM tool, you can do the differentiation. Then finally come to know what are the logs are not integrated and not coming to the logs, I mean SIM tool. Then you can integrate those log sources. I'm repeating once again. First, initially we'll identify the log source or data sources. And in the SIM tool, already we integrated the log sources. Then you can do the gap analysis. What are the log source logs are reflecting in the SIM tool? So, and what are the initially identify the log sources? So is missing in the SIM tool. Whatever missing log source or data sources are there, those logs you can integrate into SIM tool. So using health checkup report also we can identify this one. Using log source also we can identify this one. That's the way how we can identify the, so what are the logs are not integrated to SIM tool. Okay. Any doubt in on 17th one? Okay, next one. You got one phishing email with an attachment. How can you take the hash value and how can you do the investigation? In this scenario, what we have to do? So first of all, that particular attachment in the EDR, it is showing any attachment name or not. So whatever that email is received. Okay, so example, when the email is going in the transit level of the data transit level, in that scenario, these attachment will be given a verdict in the firewall and also in the EDR tool also. If are going to the EDR tool and if are giving the alert notification, then we can see the hash value. Otherwise, as I said, please download this email attachment in the testing environment, take the respective email, I mean document, and go and upload in the respective sandboxing environment, or maybe in the virustotal.com or hybridanalysis.com and identify the hash value, block those hash value. Once you are identifying the file is got infected, so obviously what we have to do, we have to delete the hash value. We have to make sure that antivirus scans we have to run, and also we have to change the credentials. So this is what we have to do the investigation process. So that is about these 18 questions. So a couple of questions are repeating. So coming back yesterday and today, what are the different types of questions they asked? So coming yesterday questions. First question is explain about your roles and responsibilities. Whatever right now I'm explaining, this is a Robert Bosch company interview questions. Robert Bosch, one of the product-based company, they are into healthcare, they are into building, they are into aviation, they are into health, yeah, other platforms as well. Okay, so what are the questions they asked? First question is explain about your roles and responsibilities. Second question, IBM curator architecture diagram. Third one is what are the event logon types? Related to successful, related to failure. Event IDs. Successful login event ID number, failure login to event ID. That is the first round over. second round of the interview. So once again, roles and responsibilities. Recently, what type of incident investigation you have done? What is IBM curator architecture? What do you know about vulnerability assessment? And next one, do you know how to create a correlation rule? I think that's all. That is second round. You even one more attack, sir, 0-day attack. 0-day attack. That is second round. That's all. Third round, it's a director. So explain about your roles and responsibilities, and what are the key skill set you have, and are you working for 24/7 SOC operation? Will you work for 24/7 SOC operation after joining in my company? Next one is how many family members are there in your family, and why you want to change your job, and what is your current CTC, expected CTC. Even though he's director is taking the interview, but he's asking normal questions. What is your notice period? And I think one more question. So this is one of the candidate is attended. So he provided all these questions to me. So that is about Robert Bosch. Finally, he selected. Coming to Infosys interview, today one more guy is attended. One of the Infosys drive is there. Those interview questions are a little bit complicated. First one is roles and responsibilities. So can you explain about ransomware attack compromised? That is the second question. Third question, do you know how to create a correlation rule? Fourth one, vulnerability assessment. Do you have experience on vulnerability assessment or not? What is the process of the vulnerability assessment? Next one. Do you know how to create override? Do you know how to onboard the new log sources? Do you know how to integrate the log sources of the SIM tool? Do you know how to create standard operating procedure documents or playbooks or runbooks? I think that's all. So finally, he selected that one also. Infosys also he selected. So these questions are regularly, it will come, guys. That's what I want to say. So whatever questions we are seeing, these questions will repeated continuously. So not continuously, sorry, repeatedly. Same questions will ask almost all the interviews. What is the difference between you and me? So maybe I'm little bit aggressive when I'm explaining the answers. Maybe you are a little bit timid and afraid. That is the difference. Maybe dare and courage. Obviously, experience is experience. I will agree that one. And third one is you will not ask back the questions in case you are not clear about the interview. I mean, what are questions they ask? Every time you'll think like whatever interview is asking, it's a correct, I am wrong. Okay, that one. So, but on the other hand, you and me both are similar. Whatever skills I have, everything I taught you, including design as well as implementations. But how to express is very important in the interview point of view. How you are able to, couple of people are not able to understand the question itself, then how they will give the answer? Without understanding the question, will you give the answer? It's not possible. Okay, so that is what you have to understand and you have to express. Even though your communication skills are not that much up to nothing but average. Okay, so you have to maintain in the, okay, whatever skills you have, whatever English knowledge you have, that's fine. But you have to express without any fear. That is very important. Dare and courage is very important in the software culture. It's not about only security people. This counts for every IT people. So if you are in software industry or IT industry or BPO industry, obviously whoever will speak continuously like a talkative, and even though they are not doing work, that people only grow within short span of time. Licking the shoe is different case. That is politics. That is different case. I'm not speaking about that one. So couple of people every time they will roam with the manager and director and so on, and they will lick this shoe and so on. That is different case. I'm not speaking about politics and always praising the manager and so on. Okay. So one more different scenario. So hard work and smart work. Always hard work will not sufficient. So smart work only will success in the software culture or IT industry. What is the difference between hard work and soft work? Hard work people, even though they are doing continuously hard work, you are not able to express yourself. What is the use? You are doing from 9 o'clock to till 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock till midnight as well. But whatever work you are doing, you are not able to express in the team meeting or maybe with your team manager. He will think like, okay, so this guy is doing or not. Okay, okay, so he's not speaking at all. I'm not sure whether he's working or not, first of all. But on the other hand, some of the smart work people will be there. Okay, so even though they will not do work, they will do showcase. And they are very dare and courage. They'll accept the risk. So I will give one of the example. When I joined initially, when I was in 21 years age in TCL, that time I am very rigid and also very timid. And also I'm not that much talkative. So only IT industry lent me so many things to me in my life. Okay, so only because of this one, now completely whoever will come and whoever will go on the way also, I will coordinate with them, I'll talk with them and so on. That is different case anyway. Greetings and wishes are different. So because of this particular thing, within the 3 months after completing my verbal communication training and written communication, after joining in a TCL, because as a fresher I joined. So that time, so they provided 3 months of the training, technical 3 months, sorry, technical 1.5 month, and verbal communications 1.5 month. Even though they provided training and so on, first 1 year time period completely, I'm so much fear. I'm not able to speak. I'm not able to converse in front of the team members and so on. Finally, I lost UK chance. I'm doing a lot of hard work, but one of the girl is there. So even though she is not doing work, but she used to communicate and so on. Okay, so finally, because of her aggressive nature and with her smart skills, finally she went to the UK, but I lost the opportunity. 3 months only, but anyway, I lost it. After that particular instant, whatever it has happened in my life, I analyzed why I'm not like that. What is the reason? I'm not saying my attitude and character I want to change by birth, whatever given to me by God. I'm not saying you can change your attitude and character. I'm saying that whenever any situation will come, according to that particular situation, you can mold yourself. So especially as I said, this IT, BPO, software industry culture, how it will be, a lot of other people always will, okay, completely put, will, I mean, so will do politics and also will, how to express that one? They will express their self in front of everyone, even though they are not doing any work, and they will showcase their self. So whoever is doing that one, that people only grow that slope is very, I mean, within 360 degrees, and it will go very quickly. But whoever is doing the hard work without speaking, that people will be always like that only. So whatever incident is happened in 2008 in my career, I realized and I found, so I should not be like this. Based on situation, I have to change myself. When you are in Rome, you have to act like a Roman. So that's what I found. So maybe in software culture, it will not work out if you are in a resort state and if you are in a without speaking anything, or you are not a talkative person. Once that incident is happened, then next day onwards, I started. Okay, next day onwards, communicating, contacting the clients, customers, and so on. So then even I went for foreign Netherlands and Dubai, Muscat, Kuwait, Qatar, and so on. So that is anyway different case. What I'm trying to say here, so please express for yourself whatever work you are doing, even though so many people are selecting nowadays, everyone is fearing. This is practical I'm seeing in our day-to-day, whoever is working neighbors to me. Okay. So nobody will teach you, only experience will teach you. So only you are feeling that experience, automatically you'll become, okay, so whatever challenge you'll face, automatically become like a strong person. Okay. So that is about how to answer. Why I'm saying all this, because I given my personal experience and I'm seeing practically in front of me daily. That's why. Okay. So yeah, so these things you should learn couple of times as well. Okay.
Fine, sir. As per my experience international wise, just to develop the communication skill for everyone, I can recommend is like mirror practice. So if you practice a lot, so in front of the mirror, so definitely you can gain the any interviews.
Yes. Yeah, Yazam is given excellent example. Yeah, you have to practice and practice and practice and practice. So
That to mirror practice, so we can visualize ourselves and we are talking to ourselves. And so before starting the interview, you have to take a long breath and just you have to leave it. And if you feel so tense anywhere, and you just pinch yourself so on the hand, and automatically your so your mind get diverted. And so it's not a rocket science to give the interview. Just so relax, and better my suggestion, don't go for proxies and give yourself, because nowadays proxies is very dangerous and you people get caught. And if you go for proxies, there might be a blocking forever for particular that company. Do mirror practice. It's the best way of solution, and because you will talk yourself, and your body language, eye contact, and the way you speak, and you have to maintain a special eye contact, because nowadays people will look you. So for example, so I'm Azam Sheikh. So Azam, why you're looking this anchor side? So it's not the right way. And do mirror practice a lot. So first thing, less than 2 minutes, they will judge you. Tell something about yourself. So if you make sure, if you tell that I'm so and so person, I'm from this location and that, it's everything is based on first 2 minutes. So if you impress them, and so rest of the 30 minutes, so you can do well as per my experience. Yeah.
yeah, really thank you so very much, as I'm giving the advice and suggestion. Yeah, I will take separate session is there on this one. So actually, I used to conduct all these interviews. Whatever Ajam said just now, I used to give all this feedback because they used to sit in front of us. How you are sitting in the security, I mean, how you are sitting in the respective chair, or maybe eye contact, smile as well. Smiling interview will give the lot of relaxation. So don't show your tense in your face. If I will go for any meeting, always I will smile. Okay. So opposite person, he should not feel like you are uncomfortable person. Okay. So anyway, separate session I will take on this one. Behavioral sense, one of the class is there. Once you are selecting for any company, how to act and what actions you have to do, whatever challenges I faced in my entire career, I'll provide that one as well. And how we have to follow those rules and regulations. Separate session is there on that one as well. Okay, tomorrow morning, once again, we can discuss couple of other questions from starting networking to till today, whatever we discussed. Okay, once we will get the service now access, as well as Wireshark anyway, access is not required. So Wireshark, service now, next one is use case creation. So these topics are pending. So tomorrow morning, I will take the class. We can discuss about the interview questions once again.
Sir, one small request is there.
Yes, please.
Sir, some basics of cloud security. You
Yeah,
said.
I will provide. Yes, I will give that one also. Maybe you can upload the resume. That's fine. Coming Monday. But anyway, I'll take the class. Don't worry. So next week I will take either Monday or Tuesday. I will take the class.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
In cloud security side, what are the important topics we have, like
Yeah,
identity access
if you
management?
provide that's
Yeah.
enough.
Yes, I will provide basics. Yes. I remember, but unfortunately, I forgot that one yesterday. Yeah. Any other questions you have, guys? So yeah, Ajamri is raised one more good question. I really appreciate for that one. Basically, he said, don't recommend proxies. It's a very nice one. Why? Because nowadays proxies will not work out. Do you know what? Hyderabad and Telangana is the #1 in the proxy interviews. That too in DevOps. It is there in the LinkedIn post as well. So in proxy interviews and also fake people, DevOps is a #1. That too Andhra and Telangana people. Okay, that's why a couple of people in the interview also, from which state you are belongs to. That means indirectly they are asking something bad about us. They are thinking bad about us. Okay, so okay, so just you can try 1 or 2 or 3. That's fine. Even still you are not able to. Okay, so I mean, not able to clear. You can whatever negatives you have, make it as a positive. You can ask either me or other people, whoever is there in the class, and you can rectify the questions whatever they asked. Do you know what? One more example I will give. One person name is called Sharath. He has attended 70 interviews. Do you think one person will attend 70 interviews and he will not succeed? So even though he attended 70 interviews, unfortunately, he did not succeed. So 71 interview he succeed. And he's drawing now 12 to 13 lakhs in one of the excellent product-based company. One more guy, his name is Kishore. So he never asked me about what is proxy process and so on. He attended more than 20 interviews. So finally, he cracked 21 interview. He's working for some MNC based company. I will not reveal all these company names. So some MNC company is drawing now 14 lakhs within 4 years of experience.
Yes, sir. Actually, the main problem with the proxies. So whenever we get into proxies, and an employer will shout on us, and it will. So it's a matter of like self-respect, and it would be like embarrassing moment that when someone shouting on me without the no reason. So I don't recommend for anyone, because I personally take interviews to the kind of for the Scrum Master and for BA, and I used to call them, and I just drop the ball, because I don't shout, because it's a process of like embarrassing moment that when someone shout on it, that too like unknown person. So how does it look?
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. Even I used to take the interviews. Even last week also I took the interviews when I left the Motorola. So,
All right.
so actually I'm taking the interview. She has a 14 years of experience girl, and she opened the so Google, and she's writing everything, she's typing everything. I'm able to listen whatever she is typing, and she's opened the Google and she's explaining from the Google everything, whatever questions I'm asking. And also one more guy is attended, so he took the proxy. So then we asked him come to on-site interview, but he did not come. He said one time my health is not good, second day rains are coming, third day so my mother health is not good, and so on. Maybe it's a real, I'm not sure about that. But finally he did not come to the office interview.
And that is nowadays people are not fools, and they're within less than 2 minutes people will getting caught.
Exactly.
To like tell something about yourself.
Yes.
And so rest of the thing that you know very well than me.
Yeah. Okay, so please consider all these things in mind. So January onwards, 100% one round of the interview will be there directly face to face. So before 2019 also, when I was teaching in Bangalore, so that time all the students, they used to go for one round that time there is no video call interview. One round is a telephonic round. Second round of the interview is completely face to face on-site interview. Nothing but they have to go to the office, even though so many people are succeeded that time, more than 300 people. But now everybody is depending on proxy.
And sir, one more option we do have, sir, because not every interviewer will ask us to share the screen.
Yes.
For everyone, so whoever wants to try something very unique idea, and my recommendations are like, well, there must be some like gunshot questions. So this question must be expected in the next interview. So do one thing and create some Word document, and you put it on there, and you just act that you are not reading. So maintain your eye contact and body language, just go through on. So instead of using the proxy, and you can use this system, It's
Exactly.
definitely work. Yeah, so Word document will definitely work, and within a fraction of a second you can click on it, and when the interview asks you that, so tell something about like so DOS and DDoS. So within a fraction of a second, if you click on that Word document and you can read it, so, see, the content should not be like that, like in newsreader, DDoS and attack, and well, you have to act that you're so telling the answers. So based on everything will be like your nervousness, and make sure your tongue should not be get dry. So if your tongue gets dry, then so you can't speak properly, and so sweat should not be get, and because those are the symptoms of nervousness. So if you maintain this in the interview, definitely damn sure you're gonna get success.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Azam, for giving the so many suggestions and advice. Hope everyone will follow this one. Maybe you have your own, I mean, your own ideas also. You can follow that one as well. What are we taught to you? Maybe you have your own ideas or initiatives. You can follow that one also. That's fine. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. We'll continue tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. So thank you so very much and good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.